Hello, my friends. Welcome again to another video in your Momentum series. Coach Phill here, high performance coach, high performance expert who helps entrepreneurs and business leaders to realign their teams so that they can make more money and have a bigger impact in their business. Now, today is a little bit of a different video. I was sitting with two of my clients on a one-to-one coaching, executive coaching. Two of them are entrepreneurs. And I realized that after about 3-4 months of doing a certain program with this particular entrepreneur, I realized that we missed about 6 weeks of engagement, one-on-one engagement, and they had slipped back into their old way of doing things. They were not getting the results. So they come in and they're a little bit flustered and they're not resting, and I could clearly tell something was wrong. So I realized, hey, they have not gone and done the work of the 4S's that change your life. 4S's that guarantee momentum. 4S's that ensure that you get the results that you want. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 4S's that will change your life and make you much more better productive person. Okay? We're going to start from the top. The first S, ladies and gentlemen, is your state. You got to change your state, and that is both emotional and physical. What am I talking about? Your state is the way you're carrying yourself. Your state is your mental state. What kind of language do you have going on? What is that small language going on? Most importantly, how are you holding yourself physically? Are you working out? Are you moving? Are you the kind of person who's doing things to break the state of, oh my God, oh, it's not working? Are you the kind of person who's moving to ensure that not only are you getting endorphins going, but you're getting some kind of sweat, some kind of energy moving you to create a better mental state? People who have got emotional baggage, people who haven't forgiven, people who are always thinking of what could go wrong, their emotional state prevents them from doing what they have to do. Think about it. If you wake up in the morning and you're thinking of everything that is negative, okay, everything that could go wrong, everything of how the world is screwed up, how well are you going to perform? Think about it. How well are you going to do what you ought to do? If you wake up and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to have to do today? It's raining and the hurricane so-and-so is coming. It affects your state, and that means you won't be able to get up and perform as well as you can. That is emotion. Physically, are you working out? Are you looking after yourself? Okay? Are you feeding the right way? Why? You cannot sustain the message if you don't have the stamina, okay? You cannot be a high performer if you don't look after this body, if you're not fueling it properly, okay? So you want to get different results, you want to get great results, you got to change your state. Changing your state happens in an instant, okay? I tell people, have you ever seen a guy who has just come from a 10-mile run and then all of a sudden they stop and they say, oh my God, I'm so stressed. Is that possible? Nah. Why? They're in a peak state, in a good state. Why does Anthony Robbins always get people in his audiences to step up and dance and do what they have to do? Why? He knows when people are in peak state, they have peak performance. When you have peak performance, you have great results. So that is number one. You got to change your state. Just get up and move, okay? Just get up and be grateful. Just get up and write in your journal. Just do your morning routine. That totally changes both your emotional and physical state. Number two, right here, this is a biggie. This is a big one. You got to change your story. This is big, and this is why it's important. Like I said to you at the beginning of this video, I was coaching a client. I am coaching a client. And all of a sudden I realized that this particular client has gone back into their crappy old story. Okay? You know what? I have, I think it is because I was born with just a single mom, and my mom was never there for me. That's why I'm probably not confident enough to do whatever. And it was over and over and over, and I'm thinking, hey, break out of that story. What happened to you has nothing to do with where you're going. Think about it. What happened to you was there for you to learn from it and say, you know what? I have learned my lesson. I'm going to do better. I have learned my lesson. I'm going to do things differently. Okay? Guess what? Many people have great stories. Many people have stories that are not so great. Okay, you've heard of people who they were abused when they were kids. You've had people they didn't have anything to grow. They didn't have a great life growing up, but they go on to create great stuff. Why? They use the story for a better future. What's your story? You got two options. Make that story work for you. Say, you know what? Okay, whatever happened to me was there to teach me something. Now I have learned and I'm going to the next level. Now I have learned I'm going to do something about it. Okay? One of my things is that, guess what? I was told I'll never be able to run a business. Okay? Guess what? 15 years, still growing. Guess what? I use that story to say, for this reason, I'm going to make sure it works. What's your story? What kind of crappy story do you keep telling yourself? Oh, I can't do this because I wasn't born in the right clan. Oh, I can't do this because, oh, I don't have the right degree. And you keep writing the old crappy story. No, the future is a new canvas. You decide the story you want to tell. You know you can tell a better story. You know your voice changes everything. You know that if you dig deep, you can do something awesome about it, okay? I'm challenging you today to say, you know what? I cut that crappy story out. I was abused, so what? Sorry for that guy, he didn't know what he had to do. Sorry for that woman, they didn't know what it was about. But I'm going to make sure that I prove them wrong, okay? Change your story, change your results. Change your results and live a better life, okay? Next S, ladies and gentlemen, you got to change your strategies. Your strategies give you consistency and they give you results. What kind of strategies are you using at the moment to move you closer to your goals? What kind of strategies are you using at the moment to make sure that you're looking after yourself from a healthy point of view? Are you working out? Are you feeding properly? You know, are you the kind of person when there's nobody looking, you're stuffing yourself with all these carbs and the ice cream and that, and then when you're in public, you're like, oh my God, I only eat salad. Guess what? You can't lie about it. Why? You're still not going to lose the weight. You're still not going to have the right energy, okay? What strategies are you using to move you closer to your goal? Are you masterminding with the right people? Are you finding people that are better than you and asking them to mentor you? Have you found, are you going to the courses that are going to build up your mind to give you ability to tell your story, to be able to get to the next level, okay? The strategies you use determine how far you're going to go. If you have a strategy where every time you go and joke for 20 minutes, then you go and have a beer or 2 or 3, that's the wrong strategy, okay? Hey, you have a business, but every amount of money that you make, you just spend it and don't invest it back or don't invest in yourself. That's the wrong strategy. What strategies are you using to get you to the next level? What strategies are you using to create the momentum for 2017? Remember, momentum series for 2017, getting you to move, getting you closer to your goal, okay? What are your strategies? And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, this is an awesome one. Sureness, your faith, your belief, which gives you progress. Now, let me explain. You can have a great state, you can have a great story, you've changed it, and you can have the right strategies. But if you don't have faith in what you're doing, if you're not sure that I'm doing this because it's going to give me this. I mean, you think about it. If you do something and you don't have belief or faith that it's going to pull off, how do you perform? Just think about it. Anything that you've done, and all of us have been there, including myself, where you do something half-heartedly, you don't expect the results, and then, of course the results are not as good, and you say, yeah, well, I thought about that. It was not going to be great. No, do something with utter complete faith. We've spoken about this before. Be clear, have clarity in life. Go after not just your passion, but where you're making a difference, where your passion meets people's problems. That's where your purpose is, to be able to make that difference, okay? Be sure about what you're doing. Start on something and say, you know what, I'm going to follow through. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get to the next level. I'm going to change my life and I'm sure about it, okay? Why? The sureness gives you faith and belief. When you have those two, you perform differently. People who are building something long-term, big-term, and are sure what they're doing are totally, completely different from people who are not sure about where they're going. That's why you find a lot of people, again, wandering generalities around. They're not sure. They find them, oh, what business are you in? Oh, I'm in this. Oh, now what are you doing? I'm in consultant in IT. Oh, what is it now? Oh, I'm in marketing. They never move because, number one, they're not clear. Most importantly, they're not sure of what they need to do. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, as usual, Coach Phill here saying you need those voices to change your life. Number one, you got to change your state, emotionally and physically. Number two, you got to change the story. Write a better story. Write an inspiring story. Make sure that after you're gone, people can say, she changed the story. You guys have heard about Oprah. You've heard about all these entrepreneurs. They had a crappy story when they started, but they've rewritten it for better. What is your story going to be? Okay? Next, change your strategies. If it's not working now, change it. It's not working, change it. Until that stage where life runs out of options and gives you what you want. Okay? And then finally, sureness. Have faith. Do whatever you do with faith, knowing it is going to work out. Because with that, you send a powerful message to the universe, which then has no option but to conspire because you are clear and have faith in what you're doing. And as usual, I bid you farewell and say, live strong live with passion, and have the audacity to live life on your terms. I love you. Share this with other people. Let us make a difference together. I love you. See you soon. Bye.